What's up, machine freaks? I hope your day is going froggy fresh. It sure is for me. Check out what I got. Remember how I bought that drift car?
Is it good? Whoa, 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 whoa.
And BMWs have stupid bolts on them. We're about to fix that. I just wanna...
When you're smiling, an old girl smiles with you. And when you laugh...
This is really exciting. And that's what I need. This one right here. See, if BMW used regular bolts, I wouldn't have had to buy this. BMW, get your shit together. As much as it killed me to wait for this wrench, I waited for it. See, I could have grabbed vice grips and tried to get it out, or other tools, or other grinders, or stuff like that. But instead, I chose to go with the correct tool. But I'm not sure if the owners before me did. I have a feeling these bolts are going to be stripped. Not completely, but pretty close. Saying all of this, I'm going to move my camera back just in case I flip out. Because I'll probably flip out. Have you guys ever seen the movie Anger Management?
Won't you be happy again? Keep on smiling.
Oh, shit! I said over easy! In the most appropriate and politically correct way to say this, that wrench is a waste of money, and a waste of time, and a waste of energy, so how am I gonna fix this? This is what I should have done a long time ago. Remember that feeling you had when you went to your favorite amusement park or like Chuck E. Cheese for the first time? That's the exact feeling I wasn't feeling the whole time I was taking out the starter. It sucked. And it currently isn't 100% out of the car yet. That tool didn't work. So I had to bust out the Dremel. And I used this entire pack of cutting wheels except for one. There was probably 20 of them in there. But the starter is out. And the bolts that went into the starter are still there. I just cut the heads off of them that hooked up to the transmission right here. So now I just have to unhook the wires. The good news is the hardest part is done now. What I'll do is I'll just use stainless steel bolts with regular hex heads and put those in there in place of those stupid bolts. But it's getting late, so I already have to pack up. At least I can move on.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling,
Let the party begin.
an old girl.
I finally managed to get the starter out. It kind of looked like this when I pulled it out. I want to explain why these bolts didn't come out. It looks like they use steel bolts, and this is an aluminum housing. What happens is the aluminum accelerates the rusting process on the steel bolts, and then they basically seize inside the aluminum. So what you do is you go ahead and buy yourself some stainless steel bolts. It's amazing what we want and then what we settle for. Here's the starter. Here are the bolts I went with. They're not stainless, but they're hardened. They didn't have stainless bolts. Those bolts didn't work. I'll show you why. This is what the head of the starter bolt looks like. This is the socket that you're supposed to use. Well, to put it into perspective, this is the starter bolt. This would be that socket. And they mesh together. See how that's nice and small? Now don't get me wrong, this isn't the right bolt. I went ahead and checked those after I got ticked off. I have no idea where they are. But you can see how much of a difference that is. The bolt that I bought didn't have the clearance. So now I have to drive all the way out to Depew, which is an hour away from my house, because that's where the closest big money waster dealership, BMW dealership is. So now I have to hop on my bike and go get some bolts. I just stopped at Ted's for lunch. The bike was running extremely funny on my ride out here. For some reason, every time I went over 4,000 RPM, it would like pop. And I had to ride halfway here on full choke. That's happened to me before on this bike. Something with a petcock not working right, because now it's like in the middle of on and off. It's just really weird. Holy smokes. 2 hours wasted for starter bolts. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Got the bolts. Let's finally install them. I have everything buttoned up and I am sweating like a pig. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here, but all I do know is my hazard lights are on. I just hooked up the battery, but I don't know where the heck the hazard thing is. 56,000 miles. We got something going on here. I don't smell any gas, so that's good. Kinda wants to. That's honestly way better than I thought it would do. I just wish I knew how to turn the hazards off. Sweet, got it. I guess I shouldn't have taken that key out. Now I can't get it in. But it won't run. I guess the used starter works. She's got a problem running on her own. I gotta go. But I do want to take the battery off while I'm gone. I'm going to a memorial, unfortunately. But now the car can't do anything funky.